Shalom Israel, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Barakatah to all my brothers, Yahweh Shema Elathabah Shem Yahweh Shah to all my sisters. This is the ISUPK out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant General Yohana. And what we do, we teach the black, Hispanic, and Native people that they are the Most High's true and only chosen people, and being the Most High's true and only chosen people comes with a list of standards to live by. Those list of standards to live by is called the scriptures. It's called the law. The water, sir. I'll take this one. I'll try this one this time. The water. It's called the law, statutes, and commandments, which is given to us so we could love each other, learn how to take care of each other, learn how to interact with each other. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to get into that, but right now I'm going to give y'all some time to open up the class with some questions. If you got any questions, type them in as I get my share on. I'm going to put in the sign-in sheets and all that. So bear with me as I put in these sign-in sheets. Sit down. Bear with me, bear with me. If you got any questions, type them on in. Salaki, sir, can you do me a favor? Can you hop up on your Facebook, see if you see the class?
I have it on my phone.
Notification came up, right?
I said I didn't have Facebook on my phone.
Oh, then never mind. Okay, I got it. Never mind. So understand this, since nobody has any questions, today's class is about integrity, having a list of standards, having something to stand on, being a man, being a woman of some type of honor. You know what I'm saying? And that is something that the black community is lacking as a whole. As a whole, we do not have any standards. That's why black men they're only looking out for themselves, you know what I'm saying? That's why black men have no problem sleeping with another man's woman, have no problems, you know what I'm saying, selling each other all types of drugs and doing all types of drugs because we don't have no standards. You know what I'm saying? As a people, we need standards. Standards is what helps us survive. Standards is what gives us a type of honor. That's why these other nations don't respect us, because they took our standards away, and now we're just trying to live by their standards. We're trying to live by our enemy's standards. You know what I'm saying? And it's absolutely disgusting. You know what I'm saying? But if you may, Baba Kushal, sir, can you look up on the internet the word integrity? Okay, so In the Merriam-Webster dictionary, the word integrity. Let's get to understanding what integrity means.
Integrity. Definition 1. Firm adherence to a code of especially moral or artistic values.
A firm adherence. That means you are attached, you are adhered to something, you are standing by this, you are standing up for this code to live by. And that's not God code. God code is not a real code. It's made up malarkey that changes like the weather. You know what I'm saying? This code don't waver, and you never waver from it. You know what I'm saying? Like the Marines have a code that they live by. The police in your neighborhood, they have a code that they live by. That's why they never betray each other. You know what I'm saying? That's why the black cop has no problem with helping the white cop shoot you, and will not tell the white cop not to do it. Will not pick you over that other cop. You know why? That's their code. That's their standard that they live by. Everybody has a code and a standard. But what is your code and your standard? You know what I'm saying? It has to have some type of moral substance to it. You know what I'm saying? It has to have some type of moral substance. You know what I'm saying? That's why these brothers on the streets, they have a moral code and standard, but a lot of that moral code and standard gets broken on a daily. You know what I'm saying? They don't live by those moral code and standards. I grew up with all types of moral codes and standards, like no snitching, don't touch your man's sister, don't, you know what I'm saying, sleep with your man's woman. The streets taught me a whole bunch of moral codes and standards. But a lot of those moral codes and standards were broken because they didn't have no honor. They didn't have no integrity. You know what I'm saying? But may you continue that definition, Baba Kushal, sir?
Incorruptibility.
Incorruptibility. That means you ain't wavering. You can't be corrupted. You know what I'm saying? These politicians are supposed to have integrity too, but they're easily bought. You know what I'm saying? Your Christian pastor's supposed to have integrity, but they're easily bought. They are whores to our oppressor. They are whores to everything that is against you. You know what I'm saying? They don't have no integrity. Their moral compass is to do what makes them feel good. You know what I'm saying? May you continue? So we can just edify them on the whole definition?
Definition 2, an unimpaired condition.
An unimpaired condition. That means it's not, that's integrity on like if something could stand. You know what I'm saying? If something's going to fall or break, you know, the wear and tear of things. That's one form of integrity. Continue.
Soundness. Definition 3. The quality or state of being complete or undivided.
The quality or state of being complete or undivided. See, that's why us as black and Hispanics need some type of integrity, because we are not complete. We are not one. We are divided. We are broken up. We are split across all over this planet in 1,000,001 ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, the blacks in the UK, you know what I'm saying? The blacks in America don't actually see eye to eye. They got this stupid ADOS movement dividing us. You know what I'm saying? They got all types of religions dividing us. We are not one. We are not complete, because we don't have no standards. Our standards, whatever our oppressor deems to be okay. You know what I'm saying? Our standards and integrity is based on what other people say is okay. You know what I'm saying? But Salakia, let's drop that Baba Kushal, sir.
Got it.
And let's get where should I start? Let's get Luke 16 and 10. Yeah, let's start with Luke 16 and 10.
Luke chapter 16, verse 10.
Come.
He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much.
That is that man's reputation. You know what I'm saying? If he's going to do one thing for even the smallest thing, he would do it for the greatest thing. That's his standard. That's what he lives by. That's his code. You know what I'm saying? So understand this. This is how you got to watch people. If you see a brother who's willing to give his last dime to a brother on the street corner, just know he is willing to pay a brother's rent. He is willing to feed the whole city of black and Hispanic people. You know what I'm saying? And these are the standards that I seen Commander General Yohana have. He was faithful to the least. You know what I'm saying? He helped out the least. So I know that this man has standard because he will help out. He would do bigger and greater things. You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at men like that. You got to judge them by their fruit. Slocky, sir. May you continue?
And he that is unjust in the least.
And he that is unjust in the least. What does it mean to be unjust in the least? This is a wicked man. If this man's willing to touch a little girl, believe me, he's willing to touch your little girl. If this man is sleeping with your woman, believe me, he'll sleep with another man's woman. You know what I'm saying? You got to observe people like that. When you see a Christian pastor out there, you know what I'm saying, flirting with another man's woman, just know he's flirting with your woman too. It's guaranteed. If he's unjust in the least, may you can finish that off, Baba Kushal, sir?
Is unjust also in much.
It's unjust also in much. That ain't the only thing he's doing. You know what I'm saying? If you see that Christian pastor touching little girls and boys, believe me, he'll touch your little girl and boy. You got to observe people like that. You got to observe people's integrity and reputation. You know what I'm saying? You got to watch how people move. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know what's good and what's not. What type of person they are. Don't just sweep it under the rug. That's what's the problem with the black community. We don't have a standard. When we see these type of things go on, they gotta get addressed. It must be addressed properly. You know what I'm saying? You see a man, you know what I'm saying, raping a woman, address that situation properly. Examples gotta be made so other black men won't be raping women. You know what I'm saying? Examples gotta be made. When you see a woman fall 15 feet from a stripper pole down to her face, you should gain the integrity not to be a stripper. You should have some type of integrity instead of calling it a blessing because you're getting all types of donations because you fell. It's not a blessing. You have no integrity. You know what I'm saying? You have no standards. When you see a brother get shot in the face for sleeping with another man's woman, you should not sleep with another man's woman. You know what I'm saying? But Salaki, let's drop that, Baba Kushal, sir. Can we get Proverbs 28 and 6? you got to remember that integrity is based on a moral compass, right? It's based on morals so you can stand upright. Something that you can stand on that gives you a good name, gives you a good reputation. You know what I'm saying? They know that that man's an honorable man by what he do. You know what I'm saying? So if you end up breaking that standard that you're supposed to live by, the world will know that you can't be trusted. But Slocky, sir, if you got that Bible before?
Yeah, speak up. Move over.
Better is the poor that waits in his uprightness.
Better is the poor that walketh in his uprightness. Better is a poor man that has some type of standards and integrity. Better is the poor man that's, you know what I'm saying, that's poor down and out and is keeping his law. The laws and standards that the Most High gave him. You know what I'm saying? You see a poor man that's poor, but he ain't out in these stores stealing. Give that man his respect. He has some integrity. You see a poor man that ain't trying to bag your woman, that ain't trying to lay with your woman or rape your woman. Give that man some respect. He has some integrity. You see a poor man that's not selling drugs to his people. You know what I'm saying? Give that man some respect. He has some integrity. That is a good man, and he's poor. And he's poor. May you continue, sis?
Then he that is perverse.
Then he that is perverse in his way.
Then him that is perverse in his way. Continue.
Thou he be rich.
Though he be rich. There are many rich people that are perverse in their way. Look at Dwayne Wade. He rich. He perverse in his ways. He's willing to let his son become a little girl. You know what I'm saying? He has no standards. He has no integrity. You know what I'm saying? Look at Oprah. Oprah's willing to turn on every black man on this planet instead of addressing the situation righteously and uprightly. You know what I'm saying? But she only wants to focus on black men and trying to destroy black men. She's rich. She's very perverse. She has no integrity. You know what I'm saying? Gayle King wants to ask questions about a man's past that he was proven, you know what I'm saying? Proven. Even the courts couldn't, like, you know what I'm saying, criminal. You know what I'm saying? The courts had to drop the case. You know what I'm saying? And she wants to tear down on that man. She is wicked. She has no integrity. You know what I'm saying? A lot of rich people don't have no integrity. But that poor man, that poor woman, that's standing on their integrity, standing on their own 2 feet, you know what I'm saying? No matter what, give that person some respect. Give them some type of honor. You know what I'm saying? But Salaki, can you get Proverbs 20:7? Because your integrity, it doesn't just affect you. Your reputation doesn't affect only you. Your reputation affects everybody that is associated with you. Birds of a feather flock together. You know what I'm saying? So if you are not upholding your integrity, you know what I'm saying? Put it like this: you know a man who has a woman, right? Right? You may consider him to be a good brother, decent brother. You know what I'm saying? And you see his woman out on the street corner prostitute. How do you look at that brother now? Because she didn't have no standards. Now you're looking at him in some ill way. Your reputation doesn't just affect you, it affects other people. And that's why in the ISUPK, we uphold our reputation. We uphold our standard because we know it ain't just about us. You know what I'm saying? It's about this whole brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? What I do just don't affect me. It also affects all the way up to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Salaki, sir.
You're absolutely right. The same goes with your woman. When she shames you, she shames your name. You know what I mean?
And when she does righteous things, your name is uplifted.
That's right.
And you can see that in Proverbs 31. You know what I'm saying? All the way in Proverbs 31, they'll tell you, a woman with a virtuous woman, you know what I'm saying, gives her husband a good name. You'll see that. I ain't saying it, verbatim. I'm just, reiterizing it. But Slaka says, if you got that?
Yeah. Proverbs 20:7. The just man walketh in his integrity.
Just like that poor man walked in his integrity, in his uprightness. A just man will walk in his integrity and uprightness too. A just man, he ain't gonna fold or bend or shake. He ain't gonna waver in that. You know what I'm saying? A just man, he's gonna uphold the laws, the statutes, and commandments of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Those are that's his integrity. So, continue, sis?
His children are blessed after him.
His children are blessed after him, because that reputation is stretched down to his children. That's a good man. He knows he's going to raise up righteous children. They know that, hey, your father was a good man, so I could trust you. If you anything like your father, I could trust you. But if those kids end up betraying their father's name, that's going to look bad on their father. You know what I'm saying? Your name is your reputation, your integrity is all you got, black man, in this country. You ain't got nothing else in this country but your name and your reputation. And your name ain't even your name. Your name is some English, French, Spanish, Portuguese. It's everything but your name, but that's all you have. You know what I'm saying? Salakia. Can we get it? Can we get Ecclesiastes? No, let's get Proverbs 22:1. Let's get Proverbs 22:1.
So just slide.
Show you how important a good name is.
I don't see it.
You got this? Yeah, let's read that.
Proverbs 22:1. A good name is rather to be chosen the great riches.
It is better to have a good name than to have a lot of money. Your reputation will take you farther than money. You know what I'm saying? The things that you stood up for and stood by is a whole lot better than riches. You know what I'm saying? You can have all the money in the world and still get killed for it. But a man with a good reputation and honorable, he could be the richest man in the hood and nobody would touch him because he's an honorable man. You know what I'm saying? He has integrity. You know what I'm saying? They know if they need something, they could just go ask him. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's better to have a good name, have some integrity, some standards, than to have riches. And that's what this school is teaching Black, Hispanic, and Native people. We are teaching our people to have some integrity, have some standards, have some code. That's what the scriptures is about. And everybody wants to speak against the scriptures like their way of life has some type of code that is stronger and better than the code and standards of the Bible. The Book of the Dead doesn't speak against homosexuality. No, it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? It does not. Almost literally every other thing out there is about the death and destruction. You know what I'm saying? Is surely death and destruction for Black, Hispanic, and Native people. Go join Islam. And look at them. End up like Malcolm X. Killed by your own. Because there's no code and standards. You know what I'm saying? Go join Christianity. Look at them. They're doing all types of madness because they have no code and standards. But the ISUPK will teach you what's right and what's wrong, what to live by, what to stand on. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else has that. The pastor would tell you. The pastor in the Christian church will literally tell you should not steal. And guess what he's doing? Robbing your grandma right now. Stealing another man's property by sleeping with his woman. Stealing a little child's innocence. They don't have no code and no integrity. No standards. You know what I'm saying? Muslims are selling pork in your neighborhood, talking about they don't eat it, but they're quick to sell it. In the ISUPK, if we're not eating it, we're not selling it. And what's making it even better, in the ISUPK, the standards and integrity I have, I don't only teach it to brothers, but I expect it from brothers. I don't only teach it to sisters, I also expect it from sisters. The code and standards I live by, I show them, and I expect it to be shown them. Christian church don't do that. Christian church don't do that. That's why Black and Hispanic and Native people got this YOLO mentality. You only live once. Do whatever makes you happy. You know, living your best life type of mentality. And with that mentality, what happens? None but chaos. You know what I'm saying? With this mentality, since you have no code and standards, you're willing to try any delicacy. So you out there eating bat, now you got the Wuhan. You know what I'm saying? You got no code and integrity. You only live once. Now you're sleeping with another man's woman. Now he's shooting you in the face. You know what I'm saying? You got no code and integrity. You only live once. You're trying to live your best life. So you're in a strip club spending money on sisters who's planning on setting up robbing you. The lack of code and standards is the death of Black and Hispanic and Native people. And the scriptures is those code and standards that we need to live by. You know what I'm saying? But Salaki, sis, can you finish that up?
Okay. And love and favors rather than silver and gold.
And love and favor rather than silver and gold. You know how you get love and favor? By having a good reputation. Nobody's going to help somebody that they don't like. They're going to help somebody that they hate? No. They're only going to help those that they like. Salaki. Let's get let's speak on a man. Let's speak on a man who has such integrity, had such integrity and standard that even the Most High had to test him. Let's speak about Job for a second. You know how much of a good name you got to have that the Most High will talk to Satan about you and try to test you? The Most High ain't speaking about Willie down the street that's smoking weed. Nah. Satan already got him. They already know. But he did speak about Job. And Job was tested. And Job lost everything. And Job, guess what Job did? He kept his integrity. He kept his standard. He kept up those laws, statutes, and commandments. And to prove it, can we get Job 2 and 9? Let me tell you how much he upheld these standards, how much Job upheld these laws, statutes, and commandments. Job was no joke. If anything, every black, Hispanic, and Native person should be looking up to Job on how to live as a black, Hispanic person in America today. Because we're going through hell today. He went through hell, and guess what? He came through that hell with his integrity intact. A lot of us would fold, bend, break as soon as the slightest situation occurs. You know what I'm saying? But Salaki said, you got Job 2 and 9?
Job, verse 2 and 9. Then said his wife unto him, dost thou still retain thine integrity?
His wife, as he's going through this, as he's coming up with all types of swords, the Most High's testing him, he lost his children, he lost property, he lost money, he lost everything. Except for that woman that was there asking him, are you still maintaining and retaining your integrity? And why would she ask this? She sees that he's going through this hell, but she don't have the integrity that he has. She's weaker than him. And she asked him this because the simple fact is, how may I say this? She asked him, does he maintain his integrity, because she is expecting him to flip out at some point. She is expecting him to curse God at some point. It will only make sense to her to turn his back on the Most High, because that's what she would do. She would be up in Kemet, you know what I'm saying? Put it in modern day terms. She would be a Christian. It's like those who lead the truth. They end up becoming a Christian. They end up losing their integrity, being something that the Most High did not deem for us to be, because they lost their integrity, because they were purged through a fire. Job was purged and he came out gold. You know what I'm saying? But Salaki, sir, may you continue that?
Curse the Most High and die.
She said, why are you maintaining your integrity? Curse the Most High and die. See, that is a wicked woman right there. That is a light woman. She wanted you to lose your integrity because you're going through hell. Forget about what the Most High did for you beforehand. Just curse him and die. She wanted her husband to curse God and die. You know what I'm saying? But Salaki, sir, can you go to 27 and 5? But
Job?
Of Job, Khan, I don't want Khan. But let me show you. Integrity was a very serious thing to Job. Integrity was very serious to Salakia. Well, I might not want to go there quite yet. I know there's another one. Salakia. Yeah, I'll go there. Job 27 and 5. Yeah. I'll go to the other Job ones.
Job, verse 27, verse 5. God forbid that I should justify you.
God forbid that I should justify you. That I should do things to make you look good. That I should try to That's another problem with black people. We like to do things to make other people look good. You know what I'm saying? We like to do things that that feeds our lust and make other people with the same lust look better. That's why there's people supporting Dwayne Wade and his Zaya situation. That's why Snoop Dogg is getting bigged up for apologizing to Gayle King. We like to lose our integrity to please others. Snoop Dogg lost his integrity and apologized for what was righteous, what was right. How much righteous and right things has Snoop Dogg ever done in his life? He does something right, and he ends up apologizing for it. That's the world we live in. But may you continue that, Baba Kushal, sir?
Till I die, I will not remove my integrity from me.
Till I die, I will not remove my integrity from me. Job's integrity was to uphold the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. And though he was going through all this hell, though he was going through all this drama, he upheld his integrity and did not bend and break any laws. He was a perfect man. Job was a perfect man. While I see sisters and brothers, you know what I'm saying, because of my job, I see certain things. But for Valentine's Day, there's a lot of stealing going on. Y'all have no integrity. You know what I'm saying? Women were stealing mad eyelashes for some reason, like any man likes that. I don't even understand that. It boggles my mind. It confuses me. No man cares about your eyelashes. But you want to risk your freedom so you can look like everybody else. So you can look like a transsexual. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, women with fake eyelashes look like transsexuals.
Makes no sense.
It makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? I've seen people do a whole lot of things out of desperation and they lose their integrity. You know what I'm saying? Desperation is the first thing that goes, and then when you do that, when you get desperate, you do a lot of dumb things that make you look bad in the end. Instead of asking your brothers for help, that's what's so beautiful about the ISUPK. When things get hard for us, when things get hard, we got our brothers to lean on. You know what I'm saying? I have no reason to steal anything. Because I have brothers that would look out. I have no reason to sleep with another man's woman. Because I know there's plenty of women out here. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes down to it, the ISUPK would be like, hey, this sister, you know what I'm saying? She's trying to, you know what I'm saying, holler at you, you know what I'm saying? You start a courtship. Desperation got these women willing to do anything for the most vain reason. Got these brothers willing to do anything for the most vain reason. Desperation got y'all strung out on all types of drugs. And y'all do anything to please that. You know what I'm saying? It's about as disgusting as it gets. But Salakia, we finished that, right?
Yeah, for that one, yeah.
Can you get Job 31:6? And Job, even though he was going through that hell, he would not let nothing take him from his integrity.
Job what?
31:6. He would not bend, fold, break, or nothing. He upheld his integrity because the simple fact is he knows that his good name was worth more than gold. Remember, Job was a businessman. He goes through this little bit of hell, and he starts bugging out. Yo, I just seen Job stealing some bread. Who gonna do business with him ever again? Who's gonna do business with Job if they end up finding out he stole somebody else's sheep? Remember, all his cattle and livestock died. How would he look if he got caught stealing somebody else's livestock? Your name is more important than anything. Your word is your bond. How about that one? Y'all remember that one? You know what I'm saying? But Salaki, if you got that, Baba Kashal, sir. That the Most High knew Job's integrity. He knew from the beginning. That's why he started testing him. Don't you want the Most High to know your integrity? If you ain't got none, the Most High don't know you, period. But at least have something that he could weigh out. You know what I'm saying? Have something. It's like if you got that, Baba Kashar, sir.
Job chapter 2, verse 3. And the Most High said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job?
Now let me give you the backstory real quick. Most High called all the angels, and guess who pops up there too? Satan. Because contrary to Christian dogma, Satan is actually an employee of the Most High. He actually worked for the Most High. He's there to test us. You know what I'm saying? Send out lying spirits to us. He is here to mess with us, see if we're worthy. Think the Most High accepted any and everybody? That's Christian dogma too. Most High accepts any and everybody. No. No. You got to be tested. You got to prove that you're worthy. So Satan, that's his job, to prove people are worthy. May you continue, Baba Kashal, sir.
It's a lucky. Satan is employed a month every month.
He's great at his job.
He's great at his job.
He upholds his integrity. He gonna catch you slipping. That's his integrity. He gonna catch you slipping. You know what I'm saying? He gonna throw all types of things at you. He is employee of the month.
Oh, yeah.
Every month.
Yeah. Senior employee.
Right? It's a lie, man. May you continue that, Baba Kushal, sir?
Chapter 2, verse 3. And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job?
So the Most High wants him to consider Job, because the Most High knew about Job. The Most High knew that Job was no joke, that Job was a righteous man. And let me put him through the fire real quick. You know what I'm saying? Let me test him, see what he really about. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a reason why he has to do it. May you continue, Baba Kushal, sir.
That there is none like him in the earth.
None like him. There is none like him in the whole earth like Job at that time. May you continue, Baba Kushal, sir.
A perfect.
A what?
A perfect.
Huh?
A perfect.
I thought only Christ was perfect.
That's what I thought too. The same thing.
God called Job a perfect. Continue.
And an upright man.
And an upright man. So sorry, Christians. Christ isn't the only perfect man that ever exists. There was Job. So guess what? Tyrone in the back pew could be perfect too, if y'all stop lying to him. If y'all gave him the code and standards that Job lived by, he could be a perfect man too. May you continue, Baba Kushal, sir.
One that feareth God and escheweth evil.
Job feared the Most High. That is the first step to, wisdom. Is fearing the Most High. That's how you uphold your code and standards of the law, statutes, and commandments, which is by fearing the Most High. May you continue?
And still he holdeth fast his integrity.
Hold it fast to what?
His integrity.
See, the Most High knew about Job's integrity. Because he knows he holdeth fast unto it. He holds his moral code. You know what I'm saying? Job held fast unto it, and the Most High knew it. And guess what? Satan knew it too. Satan knew it too. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get deeper into it, we could. But may you finish it all, Bob Kushal, sir?
Although thou movest me against it.
No. Satan try to like, look. He only do this because you're protecting him. He only a nice guy because you are giving him everything he needs. Take a little of this from him, take a little of that from him. Guess what? He ain't gonna be that same person. See, that's what makes Satan employee of the month. You may seem this, you may seem that. Satan gonna draw your wickedness out of you, but he couldn't draw it out of Job because Job held fast to his integrity.
And Salaki, if I may, right?
Come.
Notice how Job is looking for work. I mean, Satan is looking for work.
Oh yeah, he's looking for somebody who messed up. He don't have to look for many others of these brothers and sisters out here, because the simple fact is he already has them. His point's already proven with them. But guess what? The ISUPK wants you to be more like Job. The ISUPK wants Satan to want to tempt you. When Satan wants to tempt you, that means you're doing something right. When Satan wants to tempt you, you're doing something right. When Satan's like, hold on, Salakia, sir, this dude gotta be BS. No dude is this perfect, sir. No dude is this good, sir. Let me test you. Satan was sent to test Christ. You know how serious that is? Satan was sent to test Christ. You know what I'm saying? But Salakia. Let's drop that Baba Kushal, sir. And let's get where should I go from here? Where should I go from here? Let's go to the Apocrypha real quick. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus 41 and 13.
41 and 13?
Count out of one count.
Ecclesiasticus 41, verse 13. For I, the Lord, thy power, will hold thy right hand.
You have 41 and 13 in Ecclesiasticus.
Ecclesiasticus 41 and 13. A good life hath but a few days.
Look, you living your best life, you living all good, you living fast, you enjoying it, man, you have no problem. Guess what? That's only a few days. It's only a few days. You know that saying, the good die young. You know what I'm saying? But no matter how good and how much you enjoy in life, there is something better. You know what I'm saying? There is something better. May you continue, Baba Kushal, sir.
But a good name endureth forever.
But a good what?
But a good name endureth forever.
A good name endureth forever. A good name is what carries you and your family on forever. You know what I'm saying? A good name is what, put like this. Let me give you an example. And we as a people used to walk around with staffs. Those staffs had name on it. Those names certified who you were and your lineage, right? Those names were recognizable to people because those brothers had good names. If those names ain't recognizable, you're going to be in question. So a name endured forever, even though some of those names that that first name at the top of that staff, you know what I'm saying? That name at the top of that staff, his name endured forever. The name of Abraham endures forever. Isaac, Jacob, King David, Solomon. These names endure forever because they were good men. They had good names, they had standards, they had codes, they followed these laws, statutes, and commandments, which were their standards, which were their code, which were their moral compass. Where's your moral compass? Where's your moral compass? You know what I'm saying? Us as a people been lacking a moral compass so long. It's the whole term of morality is kind of foreign. You get clowned if you don't want to sleep with another man's woman. Cats are getting clowned for that. You get clowned if you don't want to run a train on a woman. You get clowned for that. You know what I'm saying? Our moral compass is non-existent. It's non-existent. And the code of standards that you live by, you don't live by. Guaranteed. Whatever girl code you like to think you live by, sis, you don't. You don't. Whatever man code you like to think you live by, bro, you don't. But guess what? These men and these women in the ISUPK, we live by a code, and it's in the scriptures. And that code says we cannot be trying to deceive our brothers with, certain sales. You know what I'm saying? We can't be telling them it's one thing and trying to sell them something different. That's a code and standard. And when you follow that code and standard, you get a reputation. You know what I'm saying? Like, this brother sold me this shirt. You know what I'm saying? 100% cotton. It feels good. And if he told me that it was something that it was not, guess what? He would get a bad name. And I would spread that information around. And he probably would not make another sale. That's the importance of a good name and a good reputation and living by some code and standards. You know what I'm saying? These, you know what I'm saying? These scriptures tell you, you know what I'm saying? These scriptures right here tell you not to steal. So guess what? This man across the table from me, I know he don't steal. He upholds that standard. I know he don't steal. So I feel comfortable leaving him around my goods. I have no problem with him being around my goods. You know what I'm saying? I could have the newest technology of this, the most expensive of that, and guess what? I feel comfortable with him by himself around my goods because I know he upholds that standard of not stealing. Well, guess what? If he does, see, the brother happens to steal. You know what I'm saying? He happens to take $5 out of the jar. Guess what? That information will get around because I ain't holding it to myself. I'll be like, yo, this brother just took $5 from me. I'm not holding it to myself. Now nobody would trust him to be around their goods. So his name is now spoiled. His name is now garbage. Isaiah, I ain't gonna say Isaiah. The brother across from me, his name will be associated with stealing if he ever stole anything. That's the importance of name. That's the importance of a moral code. You know what I'm saying? Like Tekashi 6ix9ine, he had a reputation before he went to court. No matter how fake or whatever that reputation was. But he was talking that hard stuff. You know what I'm saying? But look at him now. He had no moral code, had no standards. But Salakia. May start that from the top. Ecclesiasticus 41.
Ecclesiasticus 41, verse
13.
41:13. A good life hath but a few days,
Continue.
but a good name endureth forever.
Good life has a few days, but a good name, that endures forever. That's something that you could pass down to your kids. That's better than wealth. You know what I'm saying? A good name lasts forever. Back then, the people were willing to work with your kids, even though you're dead and gone. You're dead and gone, but off your reputation, off of your name, your kids were able to get business deals and was able to get jobs or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the time period we were in. They were able to get whatever off of your name alone. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of y'all, a lot of us, let me correct that, a lot of us, you know what I'm saying, due to our enemy, you know what I'm saying, he is destroying a lot of that. He is destroying our reputation, and we're allowing it. We are actually, you know what I'm saying, doing everything in our power to make to be more like him. You know what I'm saying? Which, Salakia. Let's drop that real quick, Baba Kashar, but stay in let's go to Ecclesiastes. Let's continue on this good name vibe. No, let's go to Matthew 7 and 16. Let's go to Matthew 7 and 16. We're going to read like about a good 4 verses right here. Because your reputation is all you got. 7 and 16. You got it? Read it, sister.
Matthew 7:16. Ye that shall know them by the fruits.
You should know them by their fruits. That's how important your reputation is, because that is your fruit. The things you have done, the things you have produced, that is your fruit. And if you are producing rotten fruit, you're going to be known to have a rotten reputation. You know what I'm saying? That man that's always in a situation, you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, a homie that I grew up with used to steal cars like crazy. I never had him in my car. I never had him in my car. You know what I'm saying? I had another dude that was getting off with any dude's woman. I'm pretty sure he probably think I never had a woman. I wasn't dumb. I observed them in their fruit. You know what I'm saying? I observed everybody in their fruit, and I maneuvered in that manner. That's how important your reputation is. Because how you move is how people see you, and that's how they're gonna treat you accordingly. They're gonna treat you accordingly to what you produce. You know what I'm saying? Continue, sis.
Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of
thistles? Continue.
Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruits.
Every good tree bringeth forth good fruit. Every good tree, if a brother is a good man, if his sister is a good woman, what they're going to do is good things. What they're going to do is produce good fruit. A good sister is not going to be on no stripper pole, no matter what type of turmoil she's going through. A good sister is not going to be on a stroll, prostitute. She ain't going to have her OnlyFans page. She ain't going to have some type of secret Snapchat account. She ain't going to have none of that because she's a good sister. And she produces good fruit. You know what I'm saying? But Shalaki, may you continue, sis?
But a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit.
But a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. You see those corrupt trees. You see that sister with that OnlyFans page. I mean, she's flooding the freaking internet. She's a corrupt tree. She's bringing forth evil fruit. You know what I'm saying? Look at Lizzo. Lizzo was a corrupt tree. What's her fan base? Lizzo's fan base is like preteen to like, put it like this. There's no adult that's a Lizzo fan. I don't think there's anybody over 20 that's a Lizzo fan. And she is on the internet, believe me, on the internet, half naked. There is a 12-year-old boy looking at Lizzo half naked right now. There is an 11-year-old girl looking at Lizzo as a role model. You know what I'm saying? She's looking at Lizzo as a role model. She's thinking it's okay and cool, and the right thing to do is to be half naked. Because Lizzo ain't ashamed of her body. Who cares? She's promoting a lifestyle to a bunch of children. You know what I'm saying? That is foul and disgusting. She don't have to be half naked. She don't have to do that. She went to a Lakers game in a thong. She went to a Lakers game in a thong. You know there's children at Lakers games, right? That's pedophilia. Straight up and down pedophilia. You know what I'm saying? But her reputation is to bring forth corrupt fruit. So people who follow her, those are going to be her fruit too, and they're going to bring forth corrupt fruit. And they're going to trickle down. Trickle and trickle and trickle and trickle. You know what I'm saying? For example, Lil' Kim, her corrupt fruit was Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj's corrupt fruit was Cardi B. Cardi B's corrupt fruit is Meg Thee Stallion. Meg Thee Stallion's corrupt fruit, so forth and so on. It's no different. Your reputation is all you got. May you continue, sis?
A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit.
A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit. If you got a good reputation and you uphold your standards, you cannot bend or fold from it, and it will be known. Nobody will expect it. It will be a shock if you did bend or fold from it. You know what I'm saying? It'll be a complete shock, like it was a shock when Bill Cosby, you know what I'm saying, put some pills in some man's drink and had sex with that man. That was a shock. That wasn't Bill's reputation. Bill was America's dad. But guess what? Bill was an evil fruit. Y'all just didn't see it. But good fruit would never do that. Good trees would never bring forth evil fruit. Never. Bill Cosby was an evil tree brought forth evil fruit. Continue, sis.
Neither can a corrupt tree bring forth a good fruit.
Nothing good could come from a corrupt tree. Nothing good could come from these evil, wicked. What good has ever come from our oppressor? What good has ever come from our enemy? That's about the most general way I can explain it. What good has come from them? And it can't get more wicked and corrupt than that. If you can explain to me one good thing that came from the Caucasian race, I would throw this Bible in the trash. And guess what? You can't. You can't name one good thing. What are you going to say? Red Cross and Blue Shields? I don't even got that. They too expensive. You know what I'm saying? But Salaki, continue that, sis. Verse 19.
Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down.
The Most High is going to cut down every tree that's not bringing forth good fruit. The Most High is going to have to cut them down. You don't have a good reputation. You don't got a good name. Remember, it's one of the scariest things I could think of. You going up to Christ and he'd be like, I don't know you. Who are you? You know why? Because you don't got a good name. Who are you? I don't know you. That is a scary thing. No matter how good you think you are, if you're not upholding these laws, statutes, and commandments and upholding this integrity, you know what I'm saying? You're going to get hewn down. You're going to get hewn down. Continue, sis.
And cast into the fire.
And cast into that nuclear heat. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be cast into that nuclear heat. Continue.
Wherefore by the fruit ye shall know them.
Wherefore by the fruit ye shall know them. By what you produce, that's what your name is. That's what you're about. That's who you are. A man's reputation is all he has. A woman's reputation is all he has in this hell that we live in. You know what I'm saying? That's all we have. And that's how you are known. Just like the Most High knew who Job was by his integrity, was by the fruit he produced. You know what I'm saying? But Salakia. Let's end it with one more. I got like 30 more. Good night. But let's end it with 1 John 2 and 5.
1 John 2 and 5.
Count out on one count.
Got it?
Oh. 1 John 2 and 5. His mother saith unto the
1 John 2 and 5?
oh, and the third day.
No, that's not 2 and 5.
Not John, but 1 John. 1 John 2 and 5. Try that.
My little child, these
2 and 5? I think you're at 4.
but who keep his word,
But whoso keepeth his word, continue.
and him verily is the love of God.
What does it mean to keep his word? And whose word is it talking about?
Do what he says.
Do what the Most High says. Uphold those law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? That's integrity. You know what I'm saying? That's integrity. Uphold his law. Keep his word. You know what I'm saying? Keeping his word is what gives you that good reputation and that great name. You know what I'm saying? Continue, Baba Shaw, sis.
Hereby know we that we are in him.
That's how you know a person is a man of God. That's how you know a man is a person that's worthy to be respected. That's how you know he is a righteous man. That's how you know he's a man of integrity. That's how you know he's producing good fruit, is if he's keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. That's how you know. If you're not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, well, then you don't know him. You don't know the Most High. You know what I'm saying? In fact, no. I ain't even want to finish it there. God, there's 1 minute. Isaiah 9:16. The white man's the devil. Oh, it's a lot. I'm going to go. Hopefully nobody heard. Isaiah 9:16.
Yeah. Isaiah 9:16. For the leader of this people caused them into earth.
Exactly. The leaders of this people, of these black, Hispanic, and Native people, are causing us to err. They are causing us to lose our integrity. They are causing us to lose a line of standard that we should be living by. You know what I'm saying? Your black, Hispanic, and Native leaders, these Christian churches, Catholic churches, Muslim mosques, you know what I'm saying? They are causing us to err. They're the ones that's saying it's okay to do this, saying it's okay to do that. They are the ones that's causing us to lose any type of integrity and respect on the world stage. They can't even uphold their own law. How in the world do we expect them to uphold anything? That's why the world don't take us as a people, as a nation, seriously. Because we have no integrity, and our leaders are the ones that's causing us to have no integrity. Continue, sis.
And they that are lead of them are destroyed.
And those that are following these Christian pastors, these Muslim imams, or whatever else, you that follow them, you're going to be destroyed along with them. They have no integrity, you have no integrity, you got to be destroyed with them. Corrupt fruit must be destroyed, along with the corrupt tree. You know what I'm saying? And with that, I'm going to end the class. Don't forget, the Passover coming up April 9th is going down. You know what I'm saying? The Boston School got a plantation. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be wilding out. Come chill with us. And forget, it's April 9th at the Westchester County. You know what I'm saying? I got a joint on the ticker right down there. Ticker right here. $100 per person. You know what I'm saying? Also, we got Pura coming up on the 7th and 8th?
7th and 8th.
On the 7th and 8th, contact Officer Isaiah Allah on Facebook to get more information on that. If you want to be a trooper in the school, get in all black shirt, black pants, black headpiece. And with that, shalom.